marking a painful milestone. A massive outpouring of emotion 1 year after the Pulse nightclub massacre in Orlando.
It's almost like a nightmare. And being back here is just basically reliving the moment.
Tonight, from South Florida to the site where so many were gunned down, we are remembering the victims.
49 people were murdered in the early hours of June 12, 2016.
Dozens of others were injured when a gunman stormed the club. We have team coverage on the one-year anniversary of the massacre in Orlando, the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history.
CBS 4's Carey gets things started for us. He's live tonight in Orlando. Carey.
Good evening, Rick and Lauren. People from all walks of life made a sort of pilgrimage to Pulse today. People who lost a child, people who intended to be here the night of the shooting and weren't, and many who simply wanted to be here to pay their respects. At the heart of it all, a promise to spread love. Everywhere you turn at the Pulse nightclub is a story.
We're just honestly trying to stay strong for him. He wouldn't want us crying here today.
Belinette Ocasio-Capo came with her family to honor her brother Luis, who was one of the 49 people murdered here last June 12.
So full of love, full of life. He loved dancing. He was going to college.
And the 20-year-old's life ended before he was able to achieve the stardom he craved.
Eddie Sotomayor Jr.
At ceremonies Monday, people gathered to remember the lives of those taken. They listened as the names of the victims were read, and they listened to speeches and songs. Early Monday morning, around the time the fatal shots were fired at the nightclub last year, survivors and family members of the 49 victims gathered for a somber ceremony, guarded by a force of 49 angels. Victims consoled each other and wept and remembered those who died. The nightclub is now a memorial, and hundreds paid their respects with notes, painted stones, and messages of love. The occasion was briefly interrupted by a pair of anti-gay counter-protesters who tried to get on the grounds. One man was arrested. They were quickly drowned out by a message of love.
For him to choose today to spread this message is just wrong.
Despite the interruption, this day belonged to those touched by this tragedy and those dedicated to preaching acceptance and the freedom to live as you choose.
Love is the only thing that could help us all right now in this difficult moments. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all we have left. Love.
And we'll bring you more of those stories at 6 o'clock, including an interview with a man who was supposed to be here the night of the shooting but decided to stay home and how he has dealt with that. Also, an effort created by some children in the area called the Hang a Heart program, which creates something unique. It's a very simple but effective way to spread love and happiness in the community. Rick, Lauren.
Talk about the building itself, the Pulse nightclub over your shoulder there. What is the plan for that building?
Well, that's a great question, Rick. Let me tell you, that's been the center of a lot of discussion here. Obviously, there's going to be some sort of memorial put up. The question is, what kind of form will it take? There's a discussion underway right now, a foundation actually that's been created to study that. The question is, do they keep this building and incorporate it into a memorial, or do they tear it down and put something else up in its place? We did speak with Maria and Fred Wright, the parents of one of the victims, Jerry Wright. They live in Miami. They told me last night that they certainly want to see a memorial, and whatever is here, they want to see something that addresses the type of hate that went along, that spurred this violence, and how the community can address that hate.
And Carey, obviously a lot of grieving and healing going on for these families over the last year, but what has been done for them over the course of the last 365 days?
Well, Lauren, the Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi released an email today, some specific information saying that they have spent about $500,000 over the course of this year financially supporting the victims through counseling, medical services, funeral costs, etc. Pam Bondi also said in that email that they've received, I think, $8 million from the U.S. Department of Justice to continue assisting victims. Also, just in the last half hour or so, Senator Bill Nelson and Senator Marco Rubio released a resolution from the Senate floor pledging urging support, continued support, and honoring the survivors of the shooting. So a lot going on this first anniversary of, as you all mentioned, the worst mass shooting in U.S. history. We're live in Orlando. Carey, CBS 4 News.